Hey, thanks for joining. Good
Sorry about
evening,
that.
everybody. Welcome to Ramblings of a Middle-Aged Card Collector. Tonight on episode 3, we'll be talking about parallels, the chase to complete a rainbow, and the inserts we love in the hobby. My guest and friend tonight is Joshua Legg on Facebook, Marvel Madness MCU on Instagram and YouTube, and is the co-host producer of Marvel Bros and Friends every Friday night. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up? Sorry for the dog bark. Apologies.
No, what's going on, my friend?
He's going at it right now, I guess. The dog.
It's all right. I got 2 kids and 2 dogs.
Yep.
We all know the tribulations.
Kate, please. We're live. So sorry.
Don't worry about it. It's all good. Thank you, everyone, for joining the chat.
Well, just pick him up, please, so he doesn't bark. Sorry. I'm excited for tonight. Thank you so much for having me as a guest, Matt. Appreciate it. I am very excited about newer channels like yourself and just starting up new shows and everything like that. So I'm all for it.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, you've been a great friend. I love hanging out on your channel, doing the round table or breaking boxes with you and Michael. So lots of fun.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun for sure.
Yeah. All right. So, everyone, please remember that the questions I'm asking my guests tonight can also be answered by you in the live chat. There'll be 2 giveaways. So, make sure to hit pound ramble on in the chat. That's pound ramble on. And very excited to do this tonight.
All right.
So,
my mic
yeah,
might be. Apologize. My mic. I'm trying to get my mic back on. So that's on. All right. Should be.
you're all right. You're all right. So, Josh is a collector of all things Wolverine and has a very impressive collection. So very cool to be talking to you because I know for a fact that we've been doing rainbows of our characters.
That's right. I've been. Yeah, I got some good stuff to show people tonight.
Nice, awesome. That's great. That's what we like to see. So we'll start it off with. Do you remember the first time you pulled an insert or a parallel card?
Yeah, actually was the I don't know if it was that first. I'm pretty sure it was my Wolverine hologram actually,
Oh, okay.
because it was out of 1990 MU was probably the time I pulled that. Mm-hmm.
Nice, nice.
I
So
was
back in
10
the
years old.
'90s, inserts felt like the ultimate chase as a kid.
Yeah.
Um, what was it about those early cards that made them so special for you?
For me, like I love the suspended animation cards too. And we didn't see some of those suspended animations until I believe in 1993 or 1994, X-Men as well as the Marvel Universe, where we saw those really cool suspended animation cards, all clear. That was my favorite versus what the hologram gave. So
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, with talking about parallels and inserts, a lot of collectors sometimes mix up. So, how would you explain the difference between the two?
between parallels and inserts, right?
Yeah, to somebody new to the hobby or
Yeah.
coming back from the '90s who isn't too familiar with that.
So parallels are based upon the card art of the base card typically. So you got the base card, and
Hmm.
whatever that base card is, they will make a parallel off of that base card. Um, and some of them are numbered, some of them are just colored, right?
Yeah.
Um, and back in the 90s, when they had power blasts, they actually had rainbow power blasts, silvers, and golds of some of those power blasts, as well as the masterpieces hollow foils. They
Oh
had
yeah.
bronze, gold, and silver. So they did have old school parallels, and it was based upon, sometimes the parallels were based upon the insert.
Mhm.
I think most of the time that was the case for the 90s cards. I'm trying to think of a 90s card other than, like, let's say 1990 Wolverine Marvel Universe. There was a promo card out of the Toy Biz, and it was technically, it's another parallel, right? Of
Yeah, the
that.
one that came with the toy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because
So
I'm
it was
familiar
a
with
different year, but at the
yeah.
same time, it was a parallel of that 90s, 1990 card.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm familiar with the 94 Fleer Ultra X-Men, had the gold and the blue team foils. Um, and then I think the first like parallel that I'm familiar with was what 94 Masterpiece did the parallels of the base cards.
Yeah, 1994 masterpieces off of the insert, right? Or which card are you talking
I
about?
think it was the base card art, but it was a foil. So I guess technically it's not an insert; it's a parallel because you're utilizing the same art.
Sure. And what year was that?
I think it was 94.
1994 Marvel masterpieces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You'd have to show me.
Okay.
I have cards to show.
Oh yeah, awesome.
For the history of inserts or chase cards is what you would say.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like the thing. Old school 1990s, we call them inserts. And then now in the new product, they call them chase cards. Different types of the insert sets, but they call them the chase cards. So
Cool. And what cards do you have to bring?
I have lots.
Okay.
What year do you want to start with?
Well, since you brought up like the first one you pulled, do you have that card as an adult now, or inserts?
Yes.
Or yeah, let's see what you got.
I rearranged some stuff, so hold on for 1 second here.
Okay.
We're under construction, here, so
No
trying to
worries.
think of where that is, but it's in a frame, if I can find it.
Oh, okay.
So that came from my father. He actually did it, but I can't find it, but I can easily talk about it. I do have, actually, why don't I just show this? I do have a version of it. And when I say version, I have this one here. If you can see this.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So this one here, I got modern day, but I have a PSA 9 version of that. And this was the card I pulled when I was a kid out of a pack.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not this particular card, but the card that I have, PSA 9, is that way. Holograms have always been special to me. 1994 Marvel Universe, they had the 3D holograms, and those were amazing. And in 1993 was the very first time Skybox, actually, it was out of the X-Men Series 2 set. There's a hologram of Wolverine that's busting out of sheet metal, like metal wall. He's busting through it. You can actually tilt it, and that shrapnel moves as you move the card. That card I did not pack pull. I saw it in the card shop. I was like googly eyed over it. Told my dad about it, and he bought it for me for Christmas.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that was the very first card out of a case that I ever purchased.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's a great story that comes with it. Very nostalgic. That's cool.
Yeah.
Our friend Claws Out Collectibles said mine was the Wolverine vs. Sabretooth OG Battle Spectrum from 92 Masterpieces. In my opinion, it's the best looking card I've seen. and crimson red background.
Yeah, yeah. Man, if one of my boys was in one of my boys likes Wolverine because I like Wolverine, but one of my boys wanted something out of a card shot, I'd be all over that.
Right?
Yeah.
I think Wolverine's an awesome, character growing up, especially if you're exposed to the cartoon or the Chris Claremont run of X-Men, the comics. He just was so cool, centerfold. It was very cool.
Yeah, yeah. So another hologram that actually I was partial to as well was the hologram that actually wasn't a card; it was a sticker.
Okay.
And it came from a 1990 Fantagram, 1995 Fantagram, and it was the Polaroid Fantagrams, and it was the art by Adam Kubert.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so that card right there, specifically, it's the sticker on the comic Wolverine number 75. And
Okay.
they have a sticker and that separate Polaroid that you could purchase. And this hologram is just, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, it looks great.
He's in like the street alley, and yeah, that's one of my favorite holograms of the 90s as well. I know just recently at a 2023 Avengers, it was Avengers versus X-Men Allegiance. They had that hologram of Wolverine.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that hologram, people know what that looks like. Now, this hologram here, you don't see too much of, guys. You don't see it too often. But this hologram right here is from 2013 Marvel Now.
I like that one a lot.
So it was one of the very first modern holograms of 2013. If you can, I think it was actually the first hologram from that like mid-modern, right?
Okay.
Because in 2011 they started Rittenhouse and all that stuff, and in 2013, they Marvel Now, which was Upper Deck. That's when they went ahead and were able to do holograms again, I think so. But
I love like all the logos in the background from the comics.
That's amazing. Yeah, and they actually did that to the new annual and the new beginning. Actually, the new beginnings is like that. This was the Marvel annual that they did, and this was in 2023. You can see the background there, the Marvel signs in the background, and that's how they did that hologram. It's numbered on 23.
Cannonballed by Colossus.
Yep. And that, it was great artwork. They, when some people call this type of card a hologram, I mean,
that's the kiss.
It's flashy and all that stuff, but it definitely isn't like a hologram, right?
Yeah, I'd call that almost. I don't want to say a refractor, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Correct. So inserts, just in general, Matt, to me have been always special because I actually the base set was great. I'd have it in my binder, but man, I have like this old school box, and I've been slowly going through it, grading some of the cards. Old school box that I just have all these 90s insert sets. So if you name an insert set, I had it. Like all of the Hollow Blasts from 1990. What, I can't remember where the Hollow Blast is. 1993. They had all of the suspended animations, including the ones from X-Men. Got those as well. From 94. You got the Power Blasts were awesome, as amazing. The Hunters and Stalkers cards, and then yeah, there's all those 90s inserts. I had like the full sets.
Yeah.
Just because I love the insert sets. And so I just go through top loader back after top loader, looking at everything. So
Yeah, that's great. And to talk about the Power Blast, the first giveaway tonight will be Cyclops.
ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, look at
Power
that.
Blast from Marvel Masterpieces. This is a throwback to the 90s. So just remember to hit pound, ramble on, and you'll be entered for the giveaway.
Cool. So from the 90s, I mean, yeah, suspended animation and holograms were my favorite.
I love the suspended animation from the Spider-Man.
I do have an insert right now that is being graded.
Okay.
Full disclosure, it was a PSA 7 with PSA, and it was my Jim Lee Auto.
Oh,
My Jim Lee Auto from the 1992 Impel.
those are always
And
nice.
what's that?
Those are always nice.
Yeah, no,
Beautiful.
and what's funny is I think they gave it a PSA 7
Ooh,
due
okay.
to the stamp and the surface.
Really?
And
Okay. I guess
there was
that's
another guy on
family.
IG that just rated it modern today, and he
Yeah.
had the same thing. So I don't know. I went ahead and me and Michael subbed it to BGS. He actually thinks it's a 9 or higher, so I'm pretty excited. Pretty stoked.
Oh, I'm excited for you. I hope you get a great grade. That's awesome.
We'll
That's
see
awesome.
what it comes back.
So, do you think the drives more excitement for more than one the other, pulling an insert with unique artwork versus a parallel of a base card?
That's a great question because I have a lot to say about that. But I'll keep it short.
It's all right. Ramble on.
What I feel about that is with parallels, I get bored. Like especially with 90, like the platinum, the new platinum. I mean,
Yeah,
there had to been 23 or 24 parallels, including like the 101 or something, right?
I think some characters almost had up to 54 if they had a high, low, and
Just
everything. Yeah.
so to me, I think the design aspect and the rarity of a insert card being short print is a lot more desirable for me than versus getting all of the rainbow of a particular set, you know.
Okay. And do you think in today's market with whatnot and the not availability to sets, that'll have an impact on the drive for parallels?
Um,
Rainbow completions, let's say, chasing the
I
rainbow.
yeah, I actually think that the parallel thing is I'll be honest, it's a money grab.
Yeah.
I think creating so many parallels of a character and so many 101s of a set, like let's say there was 3 Wolverines of the set, make 3 101s of the set. It's like, okay, now, like just pick one card and
Yeah.
make it a 101 in the set. I don't need 3 or 4 or 5 different Wolverine card arts,
I
right?
totally agree. Yeah.
And
Keep
for
it short and
me,
sweet.
what's that?
Keep it short and sweet.
Yeah, for me, collecting Wolverines has like been the hardest thing ever. And so for me, like it's not like an easier character to collect, right?
Mhm.
I'm not saying Man Thing's the easiest to collect, but it may be the cheapest. So not 101 sketch cards, but other attainable cards. Now I never ever thought on this mortal earth I would ever run into a Wolverine 101 and attain it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
with the 2021 premiere that you guys have seen of mine and holding the black 1 of 1 foil from that set, knowing that
I only need for the rainbow, man. I only need an achievement card from EPAC and an out of 5 white, and I have the full rainbow.
Okay.
Outside of the printing plates, I did see the printing plates up at one point, but I don't know if I'll see them in the future. So,
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's a great point. I do, when I rainbow a collection, my 101 is not the actual 101. I can't, unless I pull it, I don't see myself actually obtaining that. My analogy was like most times 101 is gold. So gold isn't in the rainbow, but gold is in the treasure at the end of the rainbow. So maybe it's a goal that you can set if you get all of the colors, but I don't necessarily count it as a completion to my rainbow. But what I do like to do to like customize it is I like to add a sketch. So it'll be a 1 of 1, and then I want to sketch. And if I really want to go far enough, I want to get my goal is to get an actual sketch from the artist of the art that I did a rainbow of, and then that'll be my completion for that set. So it's hard because I need the card stock from that actual set, and then I need to get availability of the artist who I'm paralleling art of rainbowing. But that's something I'm kind of trying to obtain.
Sure. And me, I've never like thought I'd have a full rainbow of anything anyway,
Yeah.
But because I'm that much closer to being able to do 2021 premiere, I want to at least get the rainbow, the base rainbow. And even if I don't get the achievement on EPAC, I'm just stating I just need the out of 5 white and I'll be good to go,
Yeah,
Full
and I
rainbow.
totally agree. I'm out of 5, out of 10, out of 25. I'm totally, those are obtainable. That sometimes that out of 1 is, and I've had offers. My favorite rainbow that got me back into, well, the first set that really got me back into collecting heavy was Masterpieces Dan DeSantos. So I rainbowed the Man Thing and Rocket, but I Man Thing I completed, meaning I did everything I did up until that red 1 of 1, and I'm trying to. My goal eventually, like, would be Dan DeSantos to do a Man Thing, whether it's on OAX stock or anything, and it would be added to it. So
That's cool.
that would be it. And then another fun rainbow that I actually had a great opportunity with was the 2023 Rocket Raccoon from Oliver Harbor. And he was so cool, very nice, responded very well. And I was able to get one of the like tests he did of pencil, preliminary basically. And he put it in a nice little frame, and he mailed it over the pond because he's over in England. So that was really cool. So I'm done. I literally have every card except the 1 of 1, and then I have that. So I'm done. You know what I mean? That's my completion. And that, I would say that's my most fully fulfilled completion that I could. I don't need to go any further with that. That's checked off. Yeah. So, I totally feel it.
Well, it reminds me of my my vibranium rainbow, 2015 vibranium, Stuart Immonen art. I have everything but the bar, which is out of 5. That's kind of a harder card to get, just in general. I did have it in my grasp, and I won an auction on it, and then I canceled it at the very last minute before I was able to pay. But again, it's something that may come my way some other day. So
okay, yeah. The opportunities arise, right? The community is always amazing, and if you can't obtain that tier of collecting right now, you at least know you can set a goal for yourself and possibly know exactly where that card is, to where you can return one day and say, hey, can we work a deal, or by that time maybe you'll have trade fodder for it that person might want over the card that they hold for you.
Yeah,
So
100%.
our friend Jay Slay says, I grew up with Upper Deck all my life. Now I'm in my 30s. I happen to really love the top set so far. Am I alone? LOA, I think the cards are really quality. So the quality of the cards have been pretty nice. They supposedly were out of Italy. I haven't seen too much damages with the chrome. The mint, I have seen some chips or paperware. Now, maybe that's because the cardstock's thicker, but I like the mint. I'm not a fan of chrome. It's basically reused art. It was fun when the blasters were available, it was fun to rip with my son. I am not denying it, but the price points were too high. I spent a little too much at the breaks. Am I looking forward to them doing an original art set or future sets? Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm optimistic, so I'm looking forward to what they do.
Sure.
Collect what you like.
Sapphire. Did you open any of the Sapphire tops?
No, I watched it, but I wouldn't do it because it's literally the same artwork. It's just another parallel, basically. And I'm like, that's insane. This to actually rainbow your card in that set, chrome to sapphire I don't know.
I mean, to my style, they got the design perfect. Just the price point's not there. Because the design, having cracked ice, being able to have a blue cracked ice parallel, collecting that whole set, that's fire. That is complete fire. But the price point at $800, third aftermarket, or up to $1,200 on eBay, like that's just ridiculous in price, right?
Yep.
Did I get sucked in and buy a couple? Sure. But at the same time, I know what that is. You know, I still haven't opened the second one just because I'm like, I'm gonna sit on it for a second. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna open it. But Marvel Mint, I was able to get some good prices on the boxes. I got 2 boxes. They came my way from my local card shop. Big shout out to him. Still have 1 mint left, and I'm gonna just enjoy it and plan it out and have a fun rip from it. So
that was the one I was sad that got away. I wanted to rip at least one of those, but I after the price spikes, and then it popped onto like Dave and Adam said, crazy prices. I was like, I can't buy into that. I didn't want to buy into Sapphire because I saw it and I was like, to me, I gave up on Chrome because I was like, there's too many parallels. There's way too many. And if it was new art, that's different. Maybe there would be the drive to say, let me see where I can go with this. But it's literally the same art that was in Beginnings. I have a plate from that set. So I'm like, like you said, I guess there is the love of the type of background that they're using, the crackle, the blue, you got the orange. They look nice. I ain't going to deny that. And the quality seems very nice for the thinner stock that they're using. So, but thanks for that comment. All right. So,
what do you want to get into now? I had prepared, and I still do. I have a bunch of inserts that mean something. And actually, inserts you don't see too often, right? And inserts that don't get talked about a lot. They talk about the tops, sapphire, and the tops chrome, and all the parallels that go with it. But what about the old school, like modern Premiere stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dave and Adams didn't buy space.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was exorbitant when I saw it. I was like, wow, they have stock, and I thought it would probably be within some kind of reasonable attainability, especially if you can do like the PayPal pay in full with no interest or something like that. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, maybe you could do this, but then I was like, I had to bow out of that one. So.
Like, to me, collecting a set from like the old school, like for instance, I have just obtained, now I'm waiting for cards to get back graded, but I have just obtained the full set of 2000 Topps X-Men,
Okay.
including Patrick Stewart, Hugh Jackman, and Sir Ian McClellan, and Storm, Halle Berry. All of those cards, I have all of them. There's like 14 of them, and the director, Bryan Singer.
Cool.
That was my last card, the director of Bryan Singer, because there wasn't enough of those to go around. Like, for some reason, he didn't sign a lot. And so
okay.
to actually complete a whole set from 2000 Topps X-Men for the autos, and me having an extra Hugh Jackman, that just means, hey, I have a full set. At one point or another, I can keep my Hugh Jackman and I can sell a whole set for something. And that whole set for something at one point or another, that's the kind of type of thing that I like to kind of sit on.
Okay. Okay, that's a cool idea.
Insert wise.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
So, in your opinion, which sets with parallels really changed the way people collected and then also introduced the concept of a rainbow?
I would have to say is it the Hunters and Stalkers? What year was Hunters and Stalkers? Was that 94?
I don't think I ever got into that one.
Yeah, 1994.
Tell me about
Marvel Floral X-Men.
okay.
That had the Hunters and Stalkers in it. I would say 1994, the year 1994 was the year for inserts back in the day, because they not only had the 1994 masterpieces holofoils, gold, silver, and bronze, but they had the Hunters and Stalkers rainbow, silver, and gold. They also had holograms that were different colors too, like a green and yellow, blue and green, red and yellow. I think there was 4 different colors of the holograms. And that was in 1994. 1994 had the 3D holograms. It was the year that they had the great suspended animation cards. 94 was a huge year for Marvel.
That Marvel Universe set's probably one of my favorites. Just the way the 9-pager fits to be one picture, but each character has like their own action pose.
Correct.
I mean, to me as a kid, that was the first set, putting in a binder and going after chase cards or holograms. That was the real interactions I started really remember building with people at like other classmates and friends at lunch or after school, or like at camp during summer, all trading cards to try to fill our binders just to get the full picture of the 9-pager, and then to want to go for all the extra parallels and inserts like you were mentioning. So that's awesome. And 94 was stacked.
It was stacked. It was a great year. And I do have to give them props back in that day. So if you're talking about that year, was probably a year that I focused on inserts in 94, because it had everything, every type of insert. Modernly though, if you were to come back to the modern where you had Rittenhouse and you got rubies and you got those parallels, right? Ruby, sapphire, emerald, all those sapphire Rittenhouse, the Rittenhouse actual parallels that were in the Rittenhouse, 2011 Rittenhouse, 2012. Marvel Beginnings was great in the fact that Marvel Beginnings, I think, first came out with the auto. Marvel Beginnings throwback autos, or the autos that were the breakthrough cover autos. So they took those cover autos and they got the comic book artist or the author or the writer to sign those cards.
That was like when they introduced multiple roles, right? Because I think it was what 98 creators. It was basically, I think, just the artists, or was it both of the writers as well? Can't remember.
Yeah, I think those were the artists. I'm not positive because that would be. I wasn't too into sketch cards until just recently.
Yeah.
But I would just say that what my point was in 2011, 2012 with the beginnings, they had those breakthrough autos, where I have an auto from the Wolverine 75th issue. I have Larry Hama auto for the writer, and I have Adam Kubert for the cover. So
Nice.
there's some specific breakthrough covers. If you're fans of any comic books, you definitely want to look up 2011, 2012 breakthrough covers. And those are just amazing to get in your collection. So
Nice. Good pointer. Good pointer.
yeah.
So do you think, with like the way the market is now, do you think parallels are shifting the hobby away from the youth coming in for set building and more towards just chasing the rainbow and the hunt?
I feel unless Topps is going to do something way different on their next set, yes. Like, because right now, I feel design is out the window. Their thought process of making a chase card is out the window right now.
Okay. I kind of agree. Like there's almost no art direction that we've seen yet.
You know, the only thing that we've seen, or maybe a couple inserts from Topps, and it's the the sparkly foil ones that you have Wolverine and Doom, right?
Yeah.
I think Spider-Man has one too, but like you don't see them too often. And they're ridiculous prices, right? They were ridiculous prices. Now they've come down.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. I think they need to focus more of a design of a card, and like, I mean, give me a shadow box card that has some thought process behind it or something, right?
Love that insert. Yeah.
I speaking of shadow boxes, can I show this card specifically because this card is one that you don't see too often. If I can just get it out here. So 2012 premiere.
Okay.
2012 premiere. They did these classic corner box cards.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's a freaking thick card. And it got a 9. Like mine got a 9, which is like unheard of to get grades like that. And this one here is one of those premiere inserts out of 2012. And the design behind it's just amazing.
Yeah.
And the way that they made the shadow box, and it's just like how creative like can they be? You know, like that's how I want to see Topps. You know, that's why doesn't Topps do something like that? I mean, even if it comes down to just doing a couple of these where you have the geode.
Right? Yeah, the geodes were cool from metal. Yeah.
The geodes from X-Men metal, from Avengers metal. Those geodes are just amazing, you know?
Yeah, fun inserts with thought put into them from somebody who's familiar with the story or the comic run or the character itself, or just how to present something to collectors instead of just throwing reused art into the same almost reused way Platinum looked. It kind of, I hope we see something better with some more thought put into it. But I totally agree with you. And those classic corners are beautiful.
What's that? Oh, nice. Yeah. Big shout out to collectors that send links, man. Like, because I wouldn't have got that card if it wasn't for that.
Yeah, well,
all right.
That's great. Yeah. community is awesome,
So
especially
I'm
when
gonna
when
show.
somebody sends you a link or tags you on a Facebook group post where they know your PC's there. That's
Oh yeah.
awesome.
So I'm gonna show a card, and then another card, and then another card, and talk about it. There's one card. This is
Metal.
2013. Okay. 2013. The retro. That's the base card of Wolverine. Then you have the PMG of that year as well. Okay.
Yeah, beautiful.
And then you have 2015 Vibranium. Same artwork.
Vibranium, yeah.
Same artwork. And then in 2015, they actually made a retro insert that also had that artwork.
Yep, Upper Deck's guilty as well. Yeah.
And one more time. Let's do it two more times. This one here. Okay. And that was out of 2023 Marvel Allegiance. Now for me, I love this because I love this artwork of Stuart Immonen. It's
There
one
you
of my
go.
favorites.
Yeah.
So, hey, use Stuart Immonen artwork on every single set. I don't care. Like, I want that card, right?
Okay.
But to me, it's on an insert. It's a little different. Now, they also made one that was like way up close, like this. It looks like this, way up close. And it's a VIP insert from Platinum. And it's signed.
Oh, cool.
I have yet to obtain that card. A few I know where they are, but at the same time, it's Stuart Immonen artwork. So that's the topic I was gonna bring up. Just a titch is the reused art. Like, okay, reuse the art on the base card. That's where you lose me. Reuse the art on on an insert. Hey, I'll look at that one all day long.
Okay.
That's how I feel about it.
I like the way you're looking at it.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I'm kind of the opposite. If they're going to use the base art and that's what you're paralleling for a rainbow, I don't want the same art on an insert from the same set.
Same set. Yeah.
That's not to say there's some crazy like Todd Nook or some other artist, representation of a character that you really are into. And then you're like you're saying, yeah, I don't mind seeing that pose over and over and over again. But again, that leads back into art direction where somebody's like that comic with that issue, with the art on it from that artist, the artist alone. Maybe that story was real important to that character, so maybe that's why it's pulling to you. So I feel like it's lacking. Now, that's not to say that these sets that we're seeing, there is no backlog of art that they can pull from. But I feel like a lot of stuff came with the license to where a little more thought could have went into a set instead of having repetitious art being used.
Well, and Art Adams had artwork that was duplicated as well. So you see from 2013 the retro.
Love that though. Yeah.
Oh, great card, card, and it's based upon the 1992 of the Marvel Universe.
Yep.
Impel, definitely pretty awesome and amazing. But then they used the same artwork, which is okay, but at the same time, it's the same artwork.
It's Art Adams.
The 75th anniversary insert out of the 2014 Marvel 75th.
Okay.
Same artwork, different card, different design. So that's where I kind of am okay with that because it was an insert. It wasn't base. Okay. So that's where kind of I want to kind of draw my line where, you make a base card and then another base card with the same artwork. Shame on you. Like, shouldn't be done. But if you're wanting to use that same artwork on chase cards or inserts, I'm okay with that. And the reason being is because it's way different, because there's thought process behind it with the same artwork, right?
Yeah.
Not just parallel.
So. Yeah, I like how you're putting that in there. The thought process is going into some kind of representation of the insert, or exactly what's trying to be expressed through it, like a storyline or tribulations or battles or something like that. But just to reuse it over and over again, I totally agree.
Yeah,
it has to be good art.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah,
but yeah, don't and here's the deal. Like, this is like really cool artwork that they're using, right?
Yeah.
Don't just give me a comic images 2 sets in a row and the same dang artwork. Okay.
Yeah.
Top Sapphire. I'm sorry. Same artwork. I don't know. Like, I'm just not on board with that. I do like the Sapphire cards. I will admit, I do love the cracked ice feel to it. But
oh yeah,
I don't know. It's just $800. I don't think it jives.
And some of the parallels are awesome. I'm not going to deny that either. They look really nice the way they, especially if they color match to your character. So I ain't going to deny that, but we got to hope that we see stuff come better in the future.
Well, and let's talk about like what they did in masterpieces, right? They full out, do the base card of Dan DeSantos, and
Love
then the variant cover, right?
Yep.
The base and then the variant cover, right?
Yeah.
Then they come out with a freaking awesome retro insert from 2017, preserved in amber.
Yeah.
Right? Preserved in amber insert. Let's take the same artwork, but let's make another parallel. Let's make another insert parallel is what I call it.
Yeah.
So that's just pretty amazing, right?
I mean, yeah, because it's masterpieces, so it's only one artist. That means they'd have to do another specific whole painting for the insert versus, you know what I mean, the base,
which they have done, because I have
seen
canvas cards like that, right?
Yeah, we have, exactly, unused art that they could have did something with. So there is a possibility. But that's if the artist has a timeline they can pump out correctly.
Another thing that I want to point out, and hopefully Topps can listen someday to this, is make a freaking awesome chase card. Back in 2021 X-Men Metal. A flagship, purely periodic. They made from it a blue and the yellow.
Yeah, those are great.
And the yellow. Just amazing, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, this one came from Spidey Hits.
Oh, our friend Justin.
Yep.
That's cool.
But to me, I like meaning behind it. I like design. Okay. Do you know, did you collect baseball cards?
I really wasn't into it. I kind of only collected them because my neighbor was into them. So we just collected them. I kind of ate the gum out of the packs he opened.
That's cool. That's cool. The old school baseball cards, let's say back in 82, the border and all that stuff. You know what it looks like on the back. And all
of course.
That stuff.
Yeah, I have them. Yeah, I have a box somewhere of them. Yeah.
Well, bring an insert that has an old school Topps on it. Old school Topps design. Check this out. In 2015, Marvel Upper Deck did this in 2015. Play Retro. This right here is an insert.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it's an insert from 2015 Marvel Retro. If you look at the back of the card's the same type of coloring and all that stuff of the 1982 baseball.
Wow.
And they came out and made a card, same border, same yellow nameplate as the 1982 Fleer. That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like that just doesn't have a design, Matt. That has design and meaning.
Yeah.
And that's what I want us to get back to, is like, bring out a freaking insert that means something to us, that means something to you, not just a money grab. So
all right, we'll do the first giveaway.
Okay.
So just everyone make sure that you hit pound ramble on. I see 7 entries and we've got 13 people in the live. Make sure you enter. Make sure you enter. I'm going to share this screen. Thanks to our friend Fuller, who taught me how to do this.
Nice.
There you go. All right. Now we got 8. The renditions retro cards a lot. Yeah, those were fun.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm still working on the comic variant base set. All right, now we got 10. There we go. We got some entries. Now again, this is for the Power Blast of Cyclops from Marvel Masterpiece. So make sure you're hitting enter. We'll give it another minute or two. Trying to see what other questions they got for you, bro. You kind of ran through some of these really things. Oh, here we go. Do you see your inserts as a long-term value pieces or more about the nostalgia?
So 90s and regular modern altogether, or
any of them. Your general opinion on if you're gonna like you know how you encase yours and you grade them.
Yeah,
like a 9.5.
for
how
sure.
Are you feeling about that?
So, I mean, mine's easy. I collect Wolverine. Everything's valued for me.
Word.
Right. but at the same time, I do hold some of the 90s cards that are, maybe lower grades, as some of them are sentimental value that I wouldn't even let go at all. Right.
Okay.
In a frame that I have that I just lost track of right now. I don't know where it's at right now currently. But I have a non-graded Wolverine hologram in it, and that was the same hologram my dad gave me. That's not for sale, nor will it ever be for sale until I die, probably, right? And I may just be like, hey, put it in my pocket, bury me with it,
Okay. So here's a good one for you. Do you think inserts and parallels helped grow the hobby when we were kids? And do you think there's a negative impact for the youth today to not really be diving into collecting?
So that's one that I would say I always condone kids to open cards all the time, blasters or whatever, if their dad is rich, go ahead and buy them cards, let them open it, and just you have fun, right? But at the same time, how I look at it is this: back in when I was a kid, when I pull the insert or chase card, right? Whenever I'd pull one, I'd be like, dude, I got this Spider-Man, look at this, be way excited, and they weren't worth that much. Like, they were worth a little bit, but they didn't have the value it does now of the, I guess, the value that they put on parallels. Oh man, I pulled a base card out of Tops. What's that worth? Well, it's a base card. Oh man, I pulled a Wolverine out of 5. Holy shiz, you just pulled probably $5,000 to $10,000 card right there. But at the same time, like, how much did you pay to get into that card? Like, how many boxes did you do? So it's just like, can a kid really collect that type of set?
Yeah.
Right?
It's like
can a kid go down and buy it at the shop? Can he buy a pack down at the shop? Maybe if it was a blaster box pack.
Yeah. We're probably going to see kids do a shift to DC because of the availability that it'll bring. boxes. Let's hope that they don't think that they could do the same thing as Topps to the collector community, because then we'll be all down the creek without a paddle.
Yeah. I've discussed this with other collectors, and I didn't know if I was gonna bring this, but I think it just come up this way. I will have to say that with kids collecting these days, it's going to be a lot different. And I just lost my train of thought, but it'll come back to me. I don't know. In general, I just feel that with some of these cards and inserts that we see, adults, there's no way the kids are going to be able to pull that.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
really not meant for them these days. It's like Topps took the license and now it's geared towards everybody who is doing sports. So it's all about buying slots, character breaks, maybe digi breaks. And do you really want to? You don't want to expose your kid into that kind of Dad, can you get me this character? You got to buy the break on whatnot. We can't be going into that. So, sadly, I think, me personally, if a set has a blaster from Topps and I can get it at a store, I'll buy it so we can open it together so we can experience it. But do I think we're building sets or rainbowing a character anymore?
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. But do I see that with DC?
Yeah, I remember what I was going to say again. With MCU movies and bringing Marvel cards into that, right? That play. Kids today watch the MCU movies. I want to go see the new Spider-Man. I want to go see, the new Avengers and all this stuff, right? And they'll go see those movies as a kid now, but when they're 30 years old and they run into cards that we have in 20 years, they're going to want to buy those cards. And so you also have to look at it that way as a fan base of superheroes. Those who may not be into cards as a kid, the movies may push them at one point or another to be able to have that nostalgia by getting a card someday, online on eBay or something.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. It's like kids are almost gonna start just being into digital card sets.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, that's dangerous because those are built to just be like, ding, 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 click here, do this, get your mystery box, do that. So it's like, it's all geared again towards like dopamine hits to where you're like, I got to click this, I got to get that mystery box. Oh, there might be an exclusive to it. And it's all digital. It's like, one day maybe they don't want to pay for that server to be running anymore and they just shut it down. And then where's all your cards?
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, can I show a couple of my favorite inserts?
Yeah, I'm going to run this real quick. So good luck, everybody.
Okay.
And obviously, if we win, I think Josh entered that so people could see. Goom! Congratulations.
Boom! Congrats.
Just hit me up on my Instagram, and I will get you your card. That's awesome. Good stuff. There will be another giveaway. So if you didn't make it in that one, just make sure you hit pound ramble on. All right, brother. Let's see what you got.
All right, brother. Okay. So I have too many favorites, but I'm just going to show a couple of them. So those who know Marvel anime, this was the very first mini Wolverine card that came out of 2020 Marvel anime, and that was fun. This is graded 9.5, so I'm very happy to have
Yeah.
that grade as with that card.
Very nice.
But one of my favorite from 2024, as well as I don't have it with me, but the 2021 X-Men medal was the arc welds. This is the arc weld.
Oh yeah, yeah. You don't see
And
that.
those arc welds were just amazing chase cards. I mean, it's not a huge card. It was probably anywhere from when it first came out, it probably was selling from $150 to $200. The X-Men metal one was selling up to $350 at one point.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
It's just,
I haven't seen that one that much.
Yeah. 2013 Flair Retro. Just if anybody doesn't know about the set, you can't find boxes that are sealed. The boxes that are sealed, they're probably worth anywhere from $10,000 to $25,000. The boxes. Crazy to say, but it's just the odds of maybe pulling a green PMG or something of Spider-Man, you know?
Yeah.
But one of my favorite inserts from 2013 would be this TI-22.
Oh, the Palladium?
Yeah. No, well, it's a TI-22, but it's like a Palladium. Yes.
Okay.
It was the very first die-cut suspended animation card.
Nice.
That was from 2013.
So that's a precursor?
And the Palladium copied this design.
Got it.
And
Okay.
they renamed it Palladium instead of a TI-22. So that's where you get that, 2013.
Yeah, I think Palladium rolls off the tongue a little better than the other one.
Yeah, TI-22. This one right here is one of my favorites too. It's from Marvel Annual. And they're not my favorites because they're 9.5s. I have some non-9.5s that are faves too.
Flash my collection real quick. I got this
one here is a good
here.
one too. This was one of the modern ones I got from 2022, 2023 annual. Suspended animation card.
Yeah, I love that design.
I mean, suspended animation cards are just some of my favorite. Even the achievement from Bella Roshlin of Unbound.
Awesome.
Very awesome. Very great. Show a couple of these. I don't have the whole rainbow with me right now, but I'll just show it. Is this one here from 2016?
Jojusco.
I do have a mini rainbow, which is the purple, the gold sig, the base card, and the what if I do have.
Oh, okay.
So it's a mini rainbow. There's one other card I wanted to show. I have printing plates too, but I'm not going to get into that. I do want to say that printing plates is its own ball game, right? Yep. I think Marvelous Sketch pulled his first printing plates on a live.
Yeah, and they were
me, and that was just amazing to see.
It was two in the same pack, or back packs. Yeah.
Yeah, you beat the record on my channel there.
I was like, oh man.
More suspended animation type. This was actually from 2018 for Ultra X-Men cut.
Okay.
Very cool. There's some that were numbered out of that, so they were paralleled as well. And then you got the 2024 Flair Ultra Eccentric.
Classic design.
Flair Ultra Wolverine Eccentric cards. This is the card that I was going to show. All right, there's one card that stands out in my collection. And specifically, it's numbered out of 30. So there's 30 people in the world that can own this card.
Yep.
There is a one-of-one based on this card.
Okay.
But it is from 30 anniversary diamond. It's a 30 anniversary diamond relic of Wolverine. And it's this card here.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The very first time I saw this card was a digital image online.
Mhm.
Elusive Collectibles. Shout out to Elusive Collectibles if you know him or not. He showed me this image and I was like, I need that card someday, you know. And I must have, when I got it, I must have slept with it for like 3 days. Like I carried it with me. I like had it right by my bed. I'm like, this is my card, you know, all that jazz.
Yeah, that's funny.
But it's the meaning behind it, because out of this one card, there's 30 different cards in the set. And out of 30 of the cards, guess how many Marvel cards there were?
5. Oh, only 1. Okay.
And the character was Wolverine.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
Upper Deck even chose Wolverine over Spider-Man that year.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's
awesome.
one of my favorite cards of all time. I mean, this was one of my favorite first comic cuts of Wolverine's full head on a comic cut. And I know we haven't got into comic cuts and all that stuff too much on this episode, but I did want to just touch on it that I do have quite a bit of Wolverine comic cuts in my collection. But I'm happy to see or look at any comic cuts you have that you want to give up.
Yeah.
Wolverine. Anyways.
So how do you think 90s Marvel inserts like holograms, power blasts, or suspended animation stack up against modern PMGs and jambalayas?
Oh boy. That's a hard question to answer. I would say, how do they stack up? Well, there's a difference, right? The stack up is, one is more nostalgia than the other, so it's more nostalgic. I have more memories with one versus the other is just a very cool insert, very rare, maybe short print. So I would say value would be a big difference. But when it comes down to maybe a hologram being a PSA 10 or a grade that's gem mint, it can beat out some of these other cards in general. So
nice. All right, our friend Tony's got a question for you. Anything from much older sets that you are still hunting?
Yeah, actually. And I do have a sealed product that I will be opening soon. And it's a 1995 Marvel Masterpiece box.
Okay.
Pretty excited about that.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Looking forward to seeing that.
What's that?
Very excited to seeing that.
Hey, I mean, you're invited on if you really want to enjoy it. Be there.
Yeah, it'd be fun to watch you open it.
Jambalaya, you mentioned jambalaya, so here's a jambalaya.
Yeah.
This is 2024. And so just happy to get that. There are some cards like it was the 1995 Marvel Mirage. There's 2 cards out of that one 1995 Masterpiece box. Okay. And I don't have the Mirage card of Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops is the character based from that.
Awesome.
Still eludes me.
I feel you. I totally know what you mean by certain ones eluding you. Yeah. I think thankfully Man-Thing wasn't in too many of the older sets. I was missing the it's like 2 parts. It was a sticker. I only had 1 part. My girlfriend found me the other part, so she got it. So
hey-o.
So now when you add them together, it's Man-Thing. So it's just pretty cool. And that's from I think 80 something, early 80s. So that was definitely fun. But yeah, cool. Man-Thing's not in the early sets. Rocket's in I think 2011 or 2014. I can't remember his first set for him, but he's got a rookie card. I never got it because I really wasn't the fan of the art too much of the way he looks in it. But that would be
Another insert. This is from 2019 Marvel premiere, and it's called
Nice.
Written in the Stars. They use constellations as the design of the
Yeah, that's a cool design.
Dude. See, talking about thinking up a card design, and you think up, let's make a card that's a constellations card. And
so with that said, if you could design your own insert, what would it look like?
Oh boy, man. It'd be a hologram.
Okay.
I would want a old school 1994 type. So the hologram would have to be a 3D hologram, not just a 2D dimensional hologram, right? That we see in 1990. And the artwork, I mean, Stuart Immonen would be amazing.
Okay.
That image.
3D.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like it. I like that a lot. I like that idea. We need more thought into inserts, you know.
Yeah, I actually made a I don't know if I've ever shown this to you, Matt, but I made my own dream set and I called them CMGs.
Okay. I don't think I've seen that, no.
Or was it CMGs? CMGs? Let me see. Collector. Yeah, collector metal gems. CMGs.
Nice.
It's called Collector Metal Gems. And I made them black. They were all black. They were like PMGs, but they're CMGs, Collector Metal Gems.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all black. And so they're supposed to be black foil, just like a PMG. And I made my own artwork and all that. And then I used the design of the metal logo, the retro metal logo that you see on the PMG and everything like that. And then the insert and all that. And I was able to make my own insert set using some of the artwork that I feel they should go after. I feel that Topps should be able to go after the guys off of what is that art site called? It's not ArtStation. It's Perna, you gotta help me out here. Deviant Art. There he is.
Oh, okay. DeviantArt.
DeviantArt. Man, the artwork that comes out of DeviantArt, if you just looked up like Man Thing or you looked up Wolverine and you just went on to DeviantArt, there's so many images that they could all they'd have to do is reach out to the artist and say, hey, you're wanting to be, we want to feature you on a new set coming out. Would you be interested in this artwork being into the set? What would you feel about that? Your artwork, you know? And just like cold call all these little artists, you know, just hire someone from Topps and do that. Yeah. Some of this artwork out there is just, it's original artwork and it's not on a card. Why don't you do that instead of comic book art?
Yeah. Okay. I like that. Yeah. It's an idea that they're not utilizing. That'd be a great idea. And I like that idea. I mean, I'd like to see a more wide variety of artists on sets.
Correct.
Because there are amazing artists out there who are doing amazing art. So the availability is out there. They just need to reach out.
So I hope the signs on cards, right?
Yeah.
And how Topps, I feel, is bright dropping the ball. You see Finding Unicorn cards. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Some of them. The Finding Unicorn.
Yeah.
This insert is a Wolverine insert from Finding Unicorn. And the foil on this particular card and the design of it being like kind of almost like in a disco ball almost. And it's just so cool. So amazing. And it's just kind of, I don't know. I don't know why Topps doesn't just start creating cool chase cards. Like I would love them to do that, but
yeah, I totally agree.
Guess we'll see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got 7 entries for the next giveaway. And next giveaway will be from Spider-Man Renditions.
Ooh.
This is the Goblin Green Parallel. The other was an insert, so I thought I'd do a parallel. 197 out of 399.
By the
Make sure
way,
you-
this giveaway, just so you know, I actually graded one of my Goblin Greens.
Oh,
And look what I got.
There you go.
So sometimes you just want to, these rendition cards, just to let everybody know, these rendition cards, the quality control, mind-blowing.
Yeah,
There's a
they really are.
Hobgoblin Orange. They both got 9.5s. It was crazy.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. All right, so let me share.
Jordan, Andrew.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining tonight and listening to our ramblings. And Josh,
Yes,
talk about
ramble on.
Yeah, bro.
Ramble on, my friends.
I love it. All right, everybody, I'm going to run this. So good luck to you. Oh, we got another sneaky little entry there. Awesome. I'll give it a little more time. I see more people entering. So
Cool.
I'll do a countdown. Do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. All right.
Hey.
Dan, what's up? Awesome. Congratulations.
Guess you're shipping Canada.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I love all the viewers. We're good. We're good.
That's right.
Send you a little something special too, Dan, since I'm sending it.
So, I don't know how long you want to go, but I do have a question for you, maybe.
Yeah, let's go. What do you got?
You've been asking me all these questions. What do you think about the inserts from the 90s versus what Topps is lacking in the insert category?
Okay, so I guess that would be more of a focus of how do I feel about their set design, because there is no real inserts that I'm interested in seeing, knowing of, and to go back to the way the 90s were built, it was simple. It was simple. You had an amazing base set, and then you maybe had a 9-card pager, a 9-pager of an insert or holograms, 3 or 4 holograms. Yeah, they may have been hard to get, but you were able to trade because the community was so large.
Correct.
Maybe I pulled 2 blue Venom holograms and you pulled, you wanted Venom or vice versa. You had 2 Venoms, I had 2 Wolverines. We would meet up on lunch or somewhere and we would trade those cards. So it was attainable, but you had to rely on friends or people in the community. So I kind of miss that. To just go with a break, you're going to have to buy into that insert slot. And you already know that you're going to be competing against people that are already thinking about resale. Because that's how it seems to me. I may not be competing against another Wolverine lover like you or Mike. I might be competing against somebody who knows if I hit that 1-on-1 refractor or this, and I get a great grade, I could sell this for $50,000. You know what I mean? Or some crazy amount of money. Meanwhile, we're just like, I want my rainbow. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a different collecting world.
It is.
And then with that said, they have to be inserting these chase cards into blasters. There has to be availability to the everyday collector. Blasters there needs to be more availability, meaning stock of blasters or whatever. Did I see amazing parallels get hit in blasters? Yeah, I did. I saw amazing parallels, but I didn't see necessarily any chase or inserts. Me and my son randomly picked up a DC Upper Deck DC annual, just 1 blaster, opened it up, and we hit an auto from Robin and Dark Knight 1 or whatever it's called. What is he when he's in Bloodhaven? I forget. Robin, he's got the blue.
Yeah.
I know his name, Night something. But yeah, we hit that, and I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. Like we need that again because that drove my son to be like, hey, if we see another blaster of that, let's pick it up. Did we ever find an issue of finding another one of those blasters? There's plenty. Nightwing. Thank you, Tony. Nightwing. There's plenty of them out there. I see them at Barnes & Noble. I see them at Target. So I think we're going to see a shift from Marvel possibly in the youth to a different genre. Plus, you got the James Gunn DC universe coming out. And to us, we kind of had comics. I don't know. It might just be different exposures, you would say. But I think they can simply add a hologram, or they could simply add a faded refractor where it's almost like it's not necessarily a hologram, but it's got some kind of cool design, but the design is faded in the background. So you move the card almost like the Cable Magnetos from the X-Men set from the 90s. Series 2, I think it was. We had Cable, Magneto, and Storm. Those are kind of holograms, but it's not necessarily a 3D hologram. It was like a foiled card. So
correct.
I like those a lot.
It was, yeah.
So they could do something simple. And if they don't have the reserve for art and they're reusing things, then that means they have the backlog from obviously beginnings, right? Because that's where this art is coming from. It's comic art that was in beginnings. And so they had that accessibility. So you're telling me there wasn't another comic variant you couldn't have created to just have a cover in the background where it was a popular issue and had that as a rainbow, like a rainbow foil or something? Some thought could have went into it where you could have been like, oh, awesome. There's, you know what I mean? Because I'll tell you, Renditions was a great set to open. Not only because every pack had a comic art, canvas in it. Yeah. Even though it's base, that was so fun as a insert almost technically to collect and fill your binder up right on this next page of the base, 1 to 9. And then the other side, instead of doing 10 to 18, I did 1 to 9 of the comic variants. You know what I mean? So I was like, that was super fun. We're not seeing any of that. No. I hope we see it. And it's not hard to do this the way the layouts of sets are from the 90s. It's really not. It's not as involved as, acetate or, obviously later on we got the acetates, but a simple hologram or a foil would have sufficed as a first release because, we're pushing a set out the gate. We just have the license. We don't have a backlog of art. There was definitely, how many Wolverines are out there that they could have pulled from art that's been used in comics? Plenty. They could have reused your art that, was used 7 times in your collection. You know what I mean? It's out there. It could have been used. So I'm a little upset with the lack of, and I'm upset that there's it's all about the chase now. It's all about the chase. And it's not even a chase for the chase card. That's kind of disappearing. It's all about the parallel. It's all about what kind of background your card has, or so set collecting's gone.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I've been more of a chase card all my life.
Yeah.
Like, give me all the chase cards of the set. Yeah. I only need a rainbow half of the, parallels, because I want a blue, I want a black, I want a silver, and that's it. Like I don't need like 50 of them.
No, it gets exhausting.
It does. When
you find there's so many breaks.
Yeah. Well, that's what you have to resort to, is all these breaks, and they're overpriced. A lot of them. I bought into a break and I paid like over $150 and I got one base card in the mail. Like, there's no point to it, Yeah. I don't want to name any names, backyard breaks or anything like that. But at the same time, like what Topps is doing currently and supplying all the breakers, there should be something in the line of, hey, we're going to have a collector release. Everybody gets a box. Go ahead and go to the website. But they try to do that in the EQL, but they keep so much product from the EQL. Correct. They're like, oh, well, EQL is fair for everybody. If you didn't get it last time, you'll get it again. How many times did you try and you haven't got it? 5?
5.
6? Yeah.
5.
I've tried it 4. I missed one of them, but I tried it 4
Tried all
times,
of them.
didn't get anything. Nothing.
Tried all of them.
Yeah.
Every single one.
So the whole EQL shit.
I'm a
Sorry.
little confused
Pardon my
because
French.
you read into like its breakdown, and I'm like, man, I must have a really high score by now if it's saying what it's saying. So I should hit one of the next releases. You know what I
Right?
mean? It's like I'm not. So how many times do you got to apply to this thing? I thought I read the way I was breaking it down, and maybe I broke it down incorrectly, or maybe it's changed since I broke it down. I thought it was like, if you do it with the same login 3 or 4 times, you're like almost guaranteed on the 5th to get into a EQL because your score got high, and then your score resets, and then you're like on a level playing field with everybody. But that was only if the stock was there and not this scarcity of product. And then, like, we've all been seeing, and we've discussed a few times, then you see it, an abundant stock somewhere. So you're like, oh, this isn't making sense. It's geared towards, just breaking. And I can't afford an insert slot on a break.
And a lot of it's availability, that they need to do something with the average collector. But I do want to say that my favorite so far of the Topps product has actually been Marvel Mint. Now, I don't condone people doing character breaks on it. I don't think it's a character break box. Even if you have 2 cases, I just don't see that as a character break set. I do see it as a pretty awesome set because it's the very, very first set that an encased card come in, right?
Yeah.
And you get an encased card in everyone, and that's a special thing. It's a special release, and I kind of like the whole San Diego thing, and then goes into the actual product. I think they should do that every year, once a year on a product. I think it was fun.
Yeah, I agree. I really liked it. I wish New York Comic Con had something like it. I mean, they have Fanatics Live here, so I mean, I could see them, but they don't really have a booth out here when they do it. So it's like exclusive to San Diego Comic Con.
Yeah,
but I really like the idea of the encased card. It's a fun layout. I liked it. I just wish I could have bought into it. So, but Josh, thank you so much for joining me tonight and showing off some of your inserts and parallels and your wisdom of sets in the past. It's appreciated. Everyone in the chat, awesome. Thanks for hanging out and entering the giveaways. Make sure to hang out for next Thursday for episode 4. It'll be a lot of fun. So
cool.
Everybody,
awesome. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate
ramble
it.
on.
Ramble on, guys.
Catch you guys later.